What is that? Old Petrie. Old Petrie was right. My grandfather wrote about these in his diaries as well. It's a sea monster. Is it dead though? It won't start moving, right? Hey, sorry, excuse me. I'm coming through here. It is that thing. What little light remains filtered through the clouds, partially cloven by the monolith's stature. The light's blood splashes across the ground, forming a shadow. A dying sea terror rests quietly in the monolith's shadow, like an old man leaning against a tree to find his final response. It's dying. Is it already dead? Or Petrie wasn't lying after all. It really is a monster! A monster from the sea appeared in our city! I know what it's called. We've seen them before. So this is a terror, huh? But the coastline is so calm. And how could the Inquisition miss something like this? Its vacant, lifeless eyes seem to be still spinning. The land a vast, waterless ocean before them. But just as Elysium mistaking it for clinging to life, its gaze once again seems to fixate on a deep, profound debt, and its motion has halted completely. It's staring at me. Well, maybe it's something else. Who's going to deal with this corpse now? Just look at it, how disgusting! Would it eat people if it was still alive? The sea terror cannot speak, but its deformed husk shines brightly. A large group of people gather around it, afraid, suspicious, but nevertheless drawn to it as well, as if it were some kind of firework. Firework indeed. Its death is just like a firework. No gashes, no sign of wounds from hand cannons either. Death did not choose it, rather it has chosen death. Did it kill itself? No, now I'm just rambling to myself. If this is one of those sea terrors from the report, then the Church of the Deep must already be close by. Miss Amia, hurry, take a look at that thing! Calm down. Could this really be from the sea? I can't hide the truth from you all. Indeed, this is a monster from the sea. Then this has to be reported to the Inquisition right away. We need to call the panel Ballisto over to deal with these monsters. No, have the Inquisition themselves come over as well. Otherwise, we're all doomed. It's just a singular monster. Isn't this a bit too much? Huh. It seems like everyone is running towards the chapel. Hey, what is going on? Someone tell me what has happened. Someone found the corpse of a monster out in the plaza of all places. Middle of the city, huh? A monster? The thing that old Petrie was talking about? That's right. Everyone's clamorous to pick a messenger to go and fetch the Inquisition. You know what it looks like. I heard it had fangs, a meter long, and 8 pairs of eyes. Hey, where exactly are you going, Thiago? Guess he's going to take a look for himself. Head back and wait for me here, Jody. Don't even set a foot outside, no matter what. But... Alright, I get it. Oh no. It kind of feels like bait though. A singular, half-dead sea terror in the middle of the city. It causes all sort of an uproar, throwing almost all of the population into the center portion of the city. In the meantime, they could move freely around the entire place, and nobody would even notice them. Is nobody considering this? Well, either way, we better not get mixed up in all of this chaos. Who knows what kind of vile disease this monster might be carrying with itself? A monster? Right, you did see it before. What in the world is going on here? Hey, who's there? It is her. See? They're moving around freely while your guys are all distracted! Hey, wait! At least somebody's on the case! Damn your Aegir! Accursed Aegir! He actually went and slaughtered one of our kin! My wounds. You're... Jordi? Oh, you know me. Who are you? You don't need to know that. Nor do you know me. But I know you. If only because you're an Aegir. But you're hurt. Yes. And will you bandage me up now? Aren't you the shepherd's caregiver? Well, I can help you, but you have to tell me how this happened. Very well. Take a seat. But he's actually helping her. Oh, please, just spare with it. Stop moving. Luckily, you haven't had any sort of broken bones or ruptured organs. Is this a laceration wound or something? There's even sawdust stuck beneath the skin as well. How exactly did this happen? An Aegir killed my kin. I was involved, but I managed to escape. An Aegir? Murder? In a small town like this? You will have to bring this up to Uncle Thiago right away! Major Thiago can control the Aegirs. How ironic. Only the Inquisition can punish him now. But he killed someone in your family, right? We are always being hunted, out of ignorance, fear and anger, the latter lingering from that disaster. Thank you. I already feel much better. Wait, are you Mr. Juan? Oh? You still remember my face then, Jordi? Have you ever wanted to gaze into the sea? Gaze into the sea? Well, Uncle Thiago has taken me to the coast before, but... not really. Guess he was always sheltered. The sea was dark, the wind tugged at his hair, and the waves just roared. The meaning of a hometown varies from person to person. It might be the aroma of wheat, the angle of the shadow cast across the alley, or even the sound of wheels rolling over mud and snow. But at that moment, Jordi knew that his life in Grand Faro had already been paid for in advance, with his hometown. The land has already forgotten the ocean's true form, but sooner or later we shall all return to the sea. Thank you, Jordi. Thank you very much for your kindness. May infinite Altorium fill the void of existence one day. Not a broken Aegir. If you are still Aegir, Jordi, then leave us be. Turn back and return to your life. It is better that way. Perhaps you too, like your parents before you, will go in search of the lighthouse still. Wait, what did you say? I didn't catch that! My kindred refuge have come for me as well. But do not worry. Grand Faro has always been a stepping stone. Our destination is the deep sea. It's that thing again. Okay. It softly slithers around. Jordi? Jordi. Aegir. We shall meet again. I guess he's just going to pick it up and bring it somewhere else, huh? Pretty sure it's not going to take him now, because he,
Doctor,
healed his
don't forget
wounds.
to take everything you need.
It? Surely not. It's definitely not going to take it now. Okay. I'm going to cover all of this ground. Can I get the plum? Yes, I can get a plum. Right here.
Ready for Overwatch.
And everyone is forced to go through this corridor, so
Very well.
this is definitely fine for both sides. We have a healer, we have a plum, and that guy's just walking around. Okay, you know what? Meteor's going to start working on you. And I guess May as well.
Critical hit.
Yeah, sure. Both of them are going to shoot you down. Oh, you can shoot back now. Oh, you can shoot back now. Oh god. Okay, that did a lot more damage than I thought it would. How about Click is going to help? Yeah, sure, Click is going to help.
This is your one warning.
There you go. Shouldn't really cause any more issues.
Tell me what to do.
Gonna retreat my Click. Going to place Tippy around here.
Let's set the rigging.
Our healer is in position. I can technically deploy another one. But the range is a bit
Give you a
weird.
taste of my taser. Everyone, follow
Instead of that, I might just deploy a decoy. So that she is no longer getting
Very
hit
well.
by bullets of the sting.
Night of gale and snow.
And with that, I think we're already pretty much done with these guys, right? I'm pretty sure they don't have anything else that they can offer or to do against us. Yeah. Don't necessarily need a full healer either.
I'll stay vigilant. Critical
This is totally fine. Absolutely fine. There's nothing they can do against us. Look at May absolutely obliterating that guy. All by her lonesome. All by her lonesome. Ah. The sea is black. I was 4 or 5 at the time. Old Thiago, the major of Grand Pharaoh, took an armed company of adults down to the ocean. I still remember what the weather was like back then. It was hazy and turbulent, and colder than most evenings, despite being the afternoon. Its coldness was not a temperature, but rather a color, one that had lost all of its warmth. I found out only later that it was the last time that Grand Pharaoh did maintenance work on the ice of the barrier. Rather, they tried to. The panel Palinto quickly brought back news. There was dejection in the adults' faces, but I did not fully understand what had happened. I simply stared at the junction between sea and the sky in the days. The sea is black. It's perfectly suiting this land, devoid of hope. Right. It's Thiago is here! So, what old Petri has told us was true. Ha! A Mia! Even if I wish to deny it, I'd be quickly silenced by the reality in front of my eyes. But what kind of person would slay a monster like that, then offhandedly toss it out like this? I hope that they will let me handle this. But that's... If we don't dispose of it properly, I'm afraid it will become a danger down the road as well. And besides, is this not a rare opportunity to study a sea terror? Very well then, but I will be coming with you. None of us know exactly what this thing is just yet, and we certainly can't rule out the possibility that its blood might attract more of its kind. No objection here. With me, lads. Move aside so I can wrap up this body. Alright. He just picks it up. Well, it's not really as heavy as it looks. So, where are we going to bring this, Amiya? Follow me. Just don't stand there gaping. Hurry up home, guys! We're really not going to report this to the Inquisition, though. What do we do if more of these monsters show up? There's no need to get them involved. But... I said that we don't need them! I see. Thiago. It's very emotional about this. This town doesn't need the Penal Ballistion interfering just yet. We will handle things in our own way. If the Inquisition sent its people here and saw this thing, we would never see another peaceful day in the city. Do you really not understand that? But, never mind. Forget about it. Let's go. Right. Really just going to listen to him now, huh? Well, Thiagos' hatred for the Inquisition goes back more than a day or two. But if something really were to happen without the Penelope Ballista around, who's going to fight these monsters? Is it going to be us? Plus, there's been more and more outsiders lately as well. It's like Thiago doesn't even see them at all. If they were to blend in with the outsiders, then... Knew it. We really should be sending someone to the Inquisition. How are we supposed to explain all of this if someone from the Penelope Ballista does show up? I don't want to be branded as a heretic! So I guess they're going to go behind his back, huh? Miss Amir. And what is with that offer over there? Let's touch base with the other members of ours first. I feel like that we can't just ignore all of this. Right. Maybe they already know something about this. Is the chapel normally this deserted? What happened to your gods and your fates? Well, not every barrier is particularly Laterano, Miss Alti. The town has become quite dangerous as well, and I need to ensure your safety until Dr. Carlson has arrived. Might as well put on a show then. Some music would help calm everyone's nerves, right? That's not exactly what I meant. But then, calm down. Let me take a stab at what I think has happened. Sure? I saw some kind of sea creature. Right. You guys call it the Sea Terrace, right? Whether the barrier or Dr. Carlson were first to call it doesn't really matter to me. A sea terror beneath a cruelly dry sky. It's observant in a ladder's scale with nowhere to belong to. It knows very well that this is not its home. It lives back home. I've got it! That sea terror was probably hung dry up on the sculpture and was singing the last waves of rock and roll, right? No. It wasn't hung up there at all. Nor was it even singing. But you got like 80 or maybe 90% of it down? No. You've surprised me again, Miss Alti. Was that your arts? Who's to say that that itself isn't just another kind of a song? That is what it taught me, at least. And it's really a travesty of nature that the beauty of it can't be appreciated across species. So, what do you think? Fortunately, such an art form is not required by all organisms. Yeah, Dr. Carlson! How comes I couldn't get hold of you this whole time? Long story short, I'm still under the surveillance of the Alberia Inquisition in exchange for their trust. We don't have much time either, but the task before us is grave. Operator Elysium, go and keep an eye on the two who took the Sea Terror's body away. I need to speak with Alti alone. Alright. Understood. Here's a communicator just in case. You should already be familiar with my Orignium arts, so you can also, well, just pass it on to the colleagues. Sure. I know that you prefer to keep handovers quick and efficient, but let me say this. I'm so relieved that you're safe and sound. If I discovered anything, I will report back right away. Now then, I'm heading out. Appreciate it. There he goes. Long time no see there, Doctor. Miss Alti. Sorry for making you come all of this way. I understand this involvement's putting yourself at risk to some extent. So, why exactly are you under surveillance? You couldn't just cut a deal with them, could ya? Time is short, and the barrier's paranoia is masquerading as pity, preventing me from meeting with the Inquisition's upper echelons. I see, but why exactly are you in such a hurry? The other countries still do not understand what exactly that we are dealing with. They are unable to comprehend how a vast, mighty land in its golden age disappeared into the silence. And I may as well have witnessed it my own eyes. Alright, fair enough. Where are the others? Well, we rarely get to go on a tour, so I just let them enjoy some free time around here. What you want is right here. Oh, it's the key thing! I came to you for the same reason as last time. That said, I have little love for the sea these days, especially after hearing what you had to say about it as well. Hopefully you have enough time to make up your mind as well. Before we get to that, Doctor, doesn't it seem like you've been working on, well, let's call it your bedside manners? Like an X-ray machine with a voice greeting. Oops! My foot is in my mouth again. You should already be used to that by now, right? But how quaint indeed. I didn't think anything could possibly change the way that you dealt with people. Or should I say, your entire personality. There's always something. Alright then, maybe I'd rather not pry into your own personal affairs. Guess they know each other very well. That's the second key. Huh. He's here. He's still here. And it's not just him. There's more. The scent of the sea. Since when were there so many Aegirs in this little town? Okay. The cold is growing. The cold is growing. The Inquisition has planned it. Maybe. Maybe even now, at this very moment, they are still Inquisitors, their heads addled with their ignorant laws, intent on continuing their self-righteous deeds. When exactly did you have the time to wrap yourself up after escaping from the enemy? Well, an Aegir has helped me. Is it a friend? No, just an Aegir who loves the sea. What exactly do we do about our brother's body? It is currently in the hands of Amia and Thiago. We will have to figure something out. We ought to prepare a funeral for it as well. A funeral is a human ritual, and that's not ours. Amia has said that we should live the way our hearts have dictated. Pure in desire, pure in worship, just as those ignorant Inquisitors treat their own fate. But wouldn't that just make us equally ignorant? Ignorance is part of our very nature that we had yet to throw away. We are not yet become one of them. Sophistry. That I can't deny. But do you wish to see the land dweller tormenting the corpse of our brother? Of course not. Long have we lived on land, with no herald to guide us. All we can do is seek out our own way of embracing the sea. But before that, we should give our brother a proper burial himself. We ought to mourn any sort of senseless death. They do have a point on that. But they, at the same time though, I'm pretty sure they don't really care about death at all. They just slaughter each other whenever it comes up, and then... Aren't they also eating each other? If they're getting hungry? Huh. So, who would be able to slay this creature with such ease? Thiago. What? I would understand if it had been surrounded by 4 or 5 panel ballista soldiers, or if it took the flames of castigans from the Inquisitioner's lantern. But this poor sea terror has but a single wound on its body. While I've never personally seen the rumored High Inquisitor fight, I would imagine that if anyone in all of Iberia could pull this off, it would be them. But that's impossible. Nobody has seen an Inquisitor come to Grand Faro. But our little town, which rarely sees any outsiders, has been welcoming visitors after visitors as of late. Surely this can't be all due to the Inquisition's negligence, right? Well, that's... Perhaps the march of the Panel Pallisto cannot be hidden from our ears. What about the Inquisitors? If they change out their uniform and conceal their lanterns and swords, how exactly would we even know? That is true. You mean to say that the Inquisitor might already be here? Hidden amongst the outsiders? I'm saying that it is possible. I'm going on a little walk. Thiago! I'm sure even you understand that most people would rather have the Inquisition help them to get rid of these sea terrors, right? I know that. Of course I know. I wouldn't hate a beast for no reason, but I will hate these guys. Those Inquisitors! Aye. Yeah. Amir gently caresses the corpse. The fate left to it by death was not such a terrible one. By human standards, it certainly appears deformed and terrifying. But what about others' perspective? How would the court of nature, of life itself, judge this perfect creature? Alone in the empty pub, Amir decided to stop pondering this question, or at least, the pub appears empty. She and Thiago believed that it was. But a shadow begins to write, and something steps out from within it. It is simply outlined, etched out beneath the dim light's glow. Oh? It is a person. Another Aegir. Was this your doing? Okay. That hat, white hair, red eyes, a hunter! There's another hunter! Oh no! It has nothing to do with you. You don't look like you're from Penel Ballisto either. And you cannot deceive me. Wait, you're an Aegir. That makes it even less likely to be from the Inquisition. Silence is the most terrifying sound in the sea. We cannot tolerate it even a second. None of us can. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I think that you should leave. The Bishop of Salviento is dead. Huh? I'm not as patient as you might believe. I never thought I would see a living abyssal hunter with my own eyes. She just confirms it. Inquisition? No, that's impossible. How could an Inquisitioner be here? Oh, hey there, Mr. Thiago. Just now Mr. Thiago? Get out of this place as soon as possible. You and the rest of your lots. You're a nice lad, I can see that too. Jordi can too, but there's something sleeping beneath our little town, and there's nothing normal about any of this. No, a barrier's never been normal. Not since then. Yeah, I heard you. I will leave as soon as I can. But I think I saw something in front of the chapel just now. Tell me, lad. Are you from the Inquisition? Are you trying to get closer to Jordi so you can take him away? What? Mr. Thiago? Go ahead and lie to me. I will fight you to the death too, outsider! I'm not. You know as well as I do. If I really were after the Aegir, why would I wait for this long? I've been here for a month! It's just a single sea terror. We are by the coast. We've seen things like this before. A decade ago. There's nothing to get worked up over, outsider. It is none of your business. Major Thiago, I'm willing to help you iron out some of the issues in this town. You? There's nothing for you to do here. Even if it means that Jordi's life will be in danger. I don't know if I should mention Jordi right now. Nobody's here. Why aren't Amir and Thiago here. Hmm? It is a scent! That damn Aegir! He took Amir away? How dare he! No, that's not quite right. Amir doesn't know how to fight. He wouldn't do anything to her. At least our brother's remains are still here. Right. So, what do we do now? Take it away. Its rotting shack is not suitable to be in its coffin. After that, we will find a proper home. Look at it. That is nothing more than a gentle attendant. That is something that the Aegir butcherers could never understand. Let us go. That's bad. This was the only trace of a clue that we had. So in other words, we are, what? Some kind of insurance? To my understanding, none of you have any desire to return to the ocean and fight those monsters, right? You were born of the sea and are very powerful, but even if you regain your original form, you will never be able to rid yourself of those creatures. Regain your form? Ah, so they're currently disguised. Maybe those guys are abyssal hunters after all, because they're constantly talking about scents. Oh god. Let's see. So is it that dangerous? More than you can even imagine. To be honest though, we've never cared too much about that. We just do what we want. Most people inhabiting this great land probably thinks the same thing, right? If the Seaborn can understand language and music, then I'm sure you will find an audience as well, even if disasters were to befall Terra. In fact, they are more complete creatures than humans, and have greater resistance to all sorts of things. Giving them a few hundred years, and maybe they will even adapt to Orignium itself. I'm aware of that. So, answer me this, Doctor. Us, the Aegirs, Sea Terrors, Seaborn, and all our pitiable kin lurking in the depths of the ocean. How are any of us different in your eyes? You were born much later, and there are many things you do not yet understand. When Frost awoke from a deep rock formation, her first thought was to get away from those aliens and monsters. There's nobody to communicate with in the sea, and everyone on land eventually hides the original form and just disappears. Fortunately, music can open a crack in that loneliness. If the situation is resolved, I will have plenty of time to discuss the past. I also hope that none of you actually, well, get involved with either a barrier or the Aegir's plans. And why not? I thought you were eager for us to lend you a helping hand. It's been too long since I've been in touch with the Aegirs. The ties are crying out, and a lack of information hampers my predictions. We do not yet know the true origin of this calamity, nor are we able to interfere any possibility, or rather infer. In the worst case of scenarios, even you won't have any ways to... It seems like we have an uninvited guest here. Hmm? Oh, they already have the nerves to show themselves openly in this town, huh? Who? Someone is knocking at the door. Without a word, Carlson turns her eyes to the shepherd's door. The thick wooden slab had endured an unfathomable amount of turmoil over the years. Each marks upon them a chronicle of the past. She knows that there's something outside them, and what it is. What she cannot imagine, however, is that the Church of the Deep's followers would already dare to be so brazen about it. Or perhaps... Outsider, a grotesque scent belonging to those strange Aegirs. The two cultists steps into the chapel. This Laternan edifice, once warped in the clothes of fate, now draping these faceless figures. In their arms they hold their brother, a sea terror, or perhaps just a being stripped of all of other names. now nothing more than an expired life form. And look what they're holding in their arms, showing it so brazenly as well. A sea terror. But I see that they don't intend to fight. The cultist, carrying his brother's body, passes by Carlton without turning his head, as if he does not even see the two standing in his path. It is as if he had come all the way from the doors of the chapel to step into the depths of Multitude. My brother, oh brother, hear me out. It is our incompetence that has led you to your untimely fate. It is our cowardice that prevented you from returning to the sea. Forgive me, my brother, for yet I cannot hear your voice. The people of this world all believe death to be a terminus of all life, but we understand that once the individual form has transcended, even death itself is powerless. He lays his brother's remain upon the ground and draws a deep breath. He falls to his knees, his eyes filled with sorrow. Until we return to the ocean, I shall be your coffin. I will take you back to the depths. Come, my brother, may you slumber eternally, for we shall become one. The oral ingestion of protein is an act of feeding, yet he did not intend to consume his brother. He was simply forced to use a more primordial method of bringing the two together as one. Chimera? The hell? God! What are you doing? Yeah, what is he doing? Assimilation. The simplest method of forcefully penetrating his own torso with the Sea Terror's body. Should we stop him, perhaps? It's really gross, and it's totally lacking any sense of aesthetics. Someone will, but not us. Huh? Joanne, just what exactly are you doing? It's still alive. I can feel it. What did you say? The Inquisition is here! Yeah, this is just repulsive. Though the chapel may be deserted, it is still a sacred place to the Iberian Inquisition, and yet you dare to openly blaspheme our laws and creeds. Right, Carlton is still under supervision. Of course, if something happens around her, they are going to take notice of that. So, someone from the Inquisition actually snuck in, huh? Just what happened to that Aegir? Joanne! You! Curse you, damn Iberian! Kill him! Gah! Yeah. The sea terror of the grim lake crest and fraught as the mountain rolls into twilight, carrying the scent of rotten flesh. The traitor nearly usurped the throne of his new home, screeching gleefully. To think that you would target such a small, inconspicuous town after Salviento. Even now, the Inquisition underestimate the scope of the Church of the Thieves' influence. Indeed, your taint is pervasive. Joanne, the Inquisitioner! You have to! You are even weaker than any Church of the Deep remnants that I've seen. Why do you insist on staying in this unremarkable town? Answer me! Oh yeah. I'm not really sure if they're still capable of answering. At least not the guy who's currently shoving a sea terror right in its stomach. It's not even eating it. He's just trying to stuff it in there. God. Stop. Oh. But what was that? What was that? It was still alive, but I thought it was already dead. And now they give us 3 more options, huh? Listen to the information about outsiders. I guess we're going to start with the junk pile then. Ooh. A strange wheel device rolls down from the pile of debris, covered in dust and missing parts, but still emanating a strange glow. It is unclear what activated it, but it's nevertheless worlds to life. Around the chasms are words like Little Henry, written in Aegir. If its missing components can be found, it might prove unexpectedly helpful on the battlefield. Ah, yes, I can fix this. By going back. The devout gather around the chapel, trembling as they close their eyes. They turn around and press their foreheads against the cold wall, as if the chapel's weather-worn stone had become their last pillar of support. Fire light! We brought light! An old man covers his eyes, convulsing as he screeches. Key? Are they fearing it? Are they trying to hide from it? Hiding from the light? But what about this alleyway here? Cultists have infiltrated the town and the rolling of monster drifts from the shadows. It's impossible to pass through here right now. I see. And about this, the unintended store? Cultists have infiltrated the town. Okay, this is also just blocked. But I need to remember, there's something here that I can fix later. Not right now, but later. He grew up along the coast. He longed for the freedom to see the ocean. Right? What is he up to? Is he having some dinner with his son? Johnny! Oh, Uncle Thiago! What is going on? Quick, pack up! We have to go! Okay, that's not dinner. What? Where exactly are we going? The Inquisition is coming! What? The cultist, the monster from the sea! Are we leaving this town for good? We? Oh, I think he's just about to send you away. No, just you. When the Inquisition finds out that there are cultists here, the Aegirs will be their first targets. I don't care what happens to the cultists, or even the rest of us. We've lived here for way too long. We don't even know how to live anywhere else anymore. But you are different. You always wanted to see the world outside. You're young and talented. But this is just all too sudden. It's an opportunity for change, lad. Your last chance. You have to be brave. Even if you somehow survive the Inquisition's interrogation, all that waits for you here is a life spent in fear of the ocean and all of these sea terrors. If you leave, though, your fate will finally be in your own hands, and not stuck in that little chapel. That place is too small for you. You shouldn't just... But it is so sudden. There's no time to hesitate, lad. You must be strong, like your parents, and the parents before them. Did my parents really give their life for a barrier? I don't really have time for this now. Come, you have to pack. Yeah. It's been so long since we had a traveling trader stop by. All of your clothes are so old now. You can buy new ones so easily out there, though. All the more reason to just leave. Don't you think? Why would the Inquisition be looking for Aegirs? Couldn't the cultists just, well, be barriers or even felines? Aegir have come from the sea, same as the monsters, and the disaster. Wait, have you seen them? No, I mean, Uncle, you knew, right? You knew that they were here. Yes, we all knew that there was something to the rumors. Joanna was one of them. He went into an empty warehouse to hide from the streets. He was hurt and he had no hostility towards me. Right, and that's because they're an Aegir. I know that they've gone mad, and that they are not normal. But why? Why are you sheltering them? None of that matters anymore. You'll be leaving soon. Wait, you were sheltering the cultists? What the hell? No, I don't want to. What? I was born here in Grand Tharo. If I ran away just to hide from the Inquisition? I just don't know. You what? Do you have any idea what you're currently saying? No Aegir has ever made it back in one piece after an Inquisition gets to them. If you're lucky, you might return missing a few body parts, or maybe even your sanity. Most simply disappear though. Some say they've been imprisoned, others that they've been executed. No one comes back alive. No one! The Inquisition will burn everything to the ground at their mercy before the monsters and cultists even have a chance. Nothing cleanses like fire. Uncle Thiago, you have to calm down. The angry old man sees in Jordi the shadows of himself, arriving in this land all those years ago, hoping to construct a new garden out of these ruins. Decades have passed, and those who were once young are no longer so. Yet what have they built in Grand Faru? What has become of Alberia? Their efforts have done nothing to change the tides of fate, and the home that they put so much of their passion into now stands on principles of a collapse. A vast helplessness engulfs Thiago, like the dark clouds over the sea. No one has come back alive. Not Marine, not anyone else. Grand Faru is already burning, be it the Inquisition or the monsters. There's no future for us here. Uncle Thiago, I'll never be able to face your parents if anything were to happen to you, Jordi. I know that. Oh yeah. Can I go and see the ocean? It's probably your last chance, huh? Gah! Oh god. Dream now, and may your sleep be full of nightmares. Oh, that's just cruel! Leave them to me, Calcet. Soon enough they will confess where their dark and dank scheme have taken roots. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, the old man is with you, huh, Doctor? You are alive until sunset. A rock band. I must admit, I don't quite understand these new fangled trends. Have faith in the diversity of song, then. Alberia hasn't recorded a direct sighting of Faunamund for centuries, much less into action. If your music represents your view on human society, then that would certainly pique my interest. We haven't really paid attention to that sort of thing since Deep Colors in the Sea. It is a topic that's all too familiar, you see? I wonder, what music would you put to Alberia? The most surprising thing that I found at my age is how much still surprises me. As we've discussed, the Inquisition will prepare a means for you to travel to the Eyes of the Albarian as soon as possible, Calcet. You will eliminate any obstacle in your path. That sea terror though, the one has been embedded into that guy. There's the scent of an Aegir on it as well. A different scent though, one more like us. The scent of the sea. What? She can still smell it? Huh. Thiago's steps are small but quick. He seems burdened by age, yet surprisingly very energetic. I guess he's already packed, huh? It was all Jordi could do to keep up with his pace. He said he wanted to see the sea, right? He did not know why he said that. Even now, he does not know whether it is he who wanted to see it. Or maybe Thiago himself. Wait, are they going to the ocean? Oh yeah! I'm an Aegir, Jordi thinks. The sea is my home. But how do I breathe down there? What did my ancestors live underwater? Question popped into his head, one after another. Question that he'd been curious about from young age. But Thiago is Alberia and cannot answer any of those questions. True. The Aegirs came from the ocean. So why would they drown in the ocean? There it is. The sea. When was the last time that I saw it? If the panel ballista were still here, they would have taken us in for questioning by now. Sorry for asking you to do this. It's fine. Look at the coastline, barren and decrepit. Decades ago, we had big dreams of building an impenetrable fortress around here. Today, there's a panel ballistian outpost several clicks to the northeast, and another on the cliff to the west. Everything else? A lie, or perhaps a dream in the truest sense. Reality is before our eyes, reminding us that the older barrier will never return. Thiagos whistles. Jody rarely sees him do it. A change seemed to have come over the normally gloomy major, turning him into a young worker once again, passionate about building his home. But this is all in the past now. We failed. Grand Thiago is the final resting place for our failure. You mentioned your parents, didn't you, lad? Yes. I don't remember much of the ocean. Everyone talked about Aegir and the islanders, but none of it feels real. I was born on land. Your parents, or more accurately, your grandparents, came from a place called Aegir, a great country deep beneath the ocean. That is where you were from, my lad. Aegir. Years ago, the dream that we had for Grand Pharaoh wasn't the lifeless town that you see today. It would have been a fortress, one that laughs at any attempts of a siege. We would have built defenses on the coast around it, protecting our country from the calamity, herald her revival, rebuild our home, all with our own hands. We really thought so, at least. Guess it fought back, didn't it? Jordi does not interrupt. Thiago grows increasingly excited. A light returns to his dull and clouded eyes. Every hair on his body stands on end. He changes his posture. The sea breezes brushes against his brows, and even looks grander somehow. The last step to our grand design, spanning half a century, was to return to the eye of the barrier and relight our lighthouse. The lighthouse? A relic of the Golden Age, spared from destruction by the profound silence. Not even calamity could break it. We marched ever forward, our heart filled with hope. Marine wore that blue hat of hers. She said that we would become heroes, that our names would live on. Your grandparents, your parents, 2 generations of grandfathers gave everything that they had for this blueprint. Their greatness would have been immobilized forever. But now, there's nothing left. You see that ship, right? There used to be many ships at the port. The panel ballista should have taken it, but they've forgotten all about it. All that's left is some junk, a town out in the middle of nowhere. More trouble than I can count. People stuck in the dead end. And of course that ship. Yes, that ship. My parents and grandparents that I've never met, were they proud of their duties? This isn't the first time that you've asked that. You asked it when you first learned how to talk, and when you started to work at the chapel as well. You asked it many times, pointing at the dust-covered notebook and schematics at home. Yeah, I remember. Yes, lads. No matter how many times that you ask, my answer is always yes. No matter the outcome, they never lose hope after the great disaster, and gave their all to the cause. Your parents even volunteered for our final attempt to reach the eye. don't blame them for abandoning you. They were carrying what was left of our dreams. So many years had come and gone. We just had to succeed. Was their final gambit, huh? The last that we saw of them was their fleet set sail from right there. They were heroes. Marines said that we should all become heroes. But now, none of us are. Except for the dead. I see. So my father and mother... But you know what laid waste to it all. In the midst of despairs, we managed to muster the hope to relight the lighthouse. But what came of it? The Inquisition. They arrested the Aegirs. They said that there were Church of the Deep spies amongst them. We were fighting for a barrier, but the Inquisition took everything from us. Our pride, our dignities, our dreams, everything. You understand now? Leave this hopeless town. Leave a barrier and just go as far as you can. Go to another country. Find a better place. There's nothing left here in this grand Pharaoh.